Hi everybody, for watching this on the replay, welcome. I didn't think I was going to get to be here today, so surprise! We were supposed to go to a shelter meeting, but Steve is not feeling well, I'm on the mend, and we thought it probably is better that we stayed home today. So that's what's going on. Hey, go Blue. So we stayed home, so I am looking at the full moon out my window. It's actually covered by a little bit of cloud now. It was just like bright orange-ish yellow. There you go. It was super bright a little bit ago. And it's starting to... Hey Heather. It's just there's some clouds coming in, so it's not as bright as it used to be. Thanks for inviting folks, Heather. How are you? Happy full moon. It was cool to see last night. Last night it was like, you know, you could tell it was almost full. It was this bright, big silver moon, and tonight it's kind of like this orange-ish yellow, like this pale orange color. It's brightening up a little bit as it rises, but clouds have come out, so it's a little harder to see. In fact, I don't even know if, I wonder if, kind of here, I don't know if Periscope would even, you can kind of see it. It's that big white spot. Yeah, it was really cool about 30 minutes ago, just this cool orange color. Oops. So I don't understand how Periscope does it. I don't know if it's Twitter that does this, but all of a sudden it looks like there's, you know, like people in the room. Hey T, there's people in the room, but I don't see them join, so I wonder if that's people joining on Twitter. It confuses me, I don't know. Keep watching that little number. So, oh yeah, so someone's watching but we don't know who they are. Well, that's interesting. I didn't think about that number count going up if somebody was listening without clicking. How are you? Yeah, on Periscope TV on your computer. I don't know how many people actually do that. I don't know, I guess I never asked. People actually, I don't really watch it. I think I've checked out my stuff on my computer. Hey CC. So I could give people links, you know, when I was saving them, but I don't save them except for 24 hours anymore. I let them go. Oops. So, for those of you that are joining, welcome. Just realized I didn't really welcome anybody. Welcome to Tarot Friday. I didn't expect to be here. I was planning on being at a shelter meeting for our ferret shelter, but I'm on the mend and Steve is getting sick, so we decided it probably better for us to stay home. So I decided to come on Periscope for an hour at my normal time. Just be here. My name is Seth, if you're joining. If you haven't been here before, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you. I run comingoutarot.com, and if you want to find out more about me, you can go to the link in the profile. It'll take you to comingoutarot.com, go to the About page, and then you'll find out more about who I am, what kind of reader I am. There's a great post in there about questions to ask your tarot reader that I answered. You can find out a little bit more about what kind of readings I like to do. But in general, the readings I do like to do are readings that help you take your next step or get you to that next point that you're trying to achieve. So I love to help people figure out what their steps are between A and B. And when you're trying to achieve B, what are all the little things you need to do in between to get there? And that's where I excel and do the best and get the most excited about. That's what I'm passionate about, is solving that knot. Hey Brad. So that's where I like to focus. Thanks, man. Brad, I've been meaning to ask you, when do you think that, I don't even know what you call it, the drawing that you've done with the B and the J, when do you think you're gonna wrap that up? Hey, Mook. This week? How long have you been working on that? Oh, really? What do you work on it, like once a day? Or like once a week? A week, there it is, yeah, once a week. It's turned into an amazing drawing. It's been cool to watch it grow. Not a problem. That's interesting. So, how was everybody's week? Really? How so? Mine was kind of fascinating too. Interesting things happened. It took off and grew wings. Where did it go? It did happen really fast, didn't it? At least it feels like it did. I think a lot of us live in a self-fantasized wonderland. However, I think yours is a little more special than others, Brad. Yours is truly a self-fantasized wonderland. I don't know anybody, I don't know anybody else who lives in the same world you do. That's pretty amazing. I don't know. That might prove interesting. It actually might be the shakeup that a lot of people need. Right? I talked to my mom this week. They're in Arizona. I'm in Chicago. She's thinking about coming to visit maybe in June or September. We'll see. Maybe May. I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to it. If she gets to, it'll be nice to see her. My sister may come too. She's never actually been here. I'm kind of hoping I'll get to see her. Oops. Does anybody else live away from their family? I have mommy issues. She can't handle July or August in the desert. I mean, she's handling it right now when it's winter. So she is thinking about when, like when it's cool, kind of like normal cool weather here, right? She might come visit instead of right before summer. So it would be like around, right? So maybe May right before it gets hot, and maybe September right as it's cooling before it hits to October. So depends, you know, she's kind of thinking about what she wants to do. So I saw someone say hi, Max. I don't think I've actually met Max yet. Hi, Max. Welcome back, Heathers. So for folks that are just joining, I'll go through this. Nice to meet you. I'll go through this little spiel one more time, and then I'll throw out the offer that I've got for tonight. My name is Seth, and I run ComingOutTarot.com. You can find out more about Coming Out Tarot by using the link down there if you're on your phone. And you can go to the About page, find out more about what kind of tarot readings I like to do, and more about me as a tarot reader. There's a great blog post in there about what kind of questions you can ask your tarot reader. And I answered a bunch of those so you get an idea of what it's like. Thanks, Amuk. I also, just as the short high version, I like to do tarot readings that help you get from point A to point B. I like to help you find that action in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So that's where I get excited and passionate, is when I can help people figure out that unknown gray space. I love to be right there. Because there's a lot of effort, I think, that people put in that gray space, but sometimes it feels like you're spinning your wheels. Sometimes you're not quite sure what you want to do or how you want to do it. And I think working with a tarot reader, someone like me, we can help you guide that conversation so that you're thinking possibly in a new direction, or with this third objective party that you may not have had in your life that can help drive you towards whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So that's the way I like to use tarot. It's one of my favorite ways to use tarot, and it's part of what I do naturally anyway. So if I'm not here when I'm at an office during the day, I'm a project manager, and I get to do the same thing. I have a clear outcome, and then I help a bunch of people come together and create the best solutions in order to achieve whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. And that's how I like to use tarot too. So that's the kind of tarot reader I am. Tonight, what I like to do on Periscope on Friday nights is actually get together with a bunch of folks, and if you're interested, I'll pull one card for you based on whatever your question is. I'll do that as long as you share the scope and share it with other people. And if you're interested in a longer reading, I'll pull a couple cards for you. All you got to do is drop $10 in the kitty down there with the PayPal link, and I'll answer your question with a little more detail. A lot of times when folks do that, they tend to want to have a follow-up reading. And if you're interested in having a follow-up reading, then all you got to do is head over to Coming Out Tarot with that link. That's all down there, right? Heading over to Coming Out Tarot on that link, and you can find out how to get a regular reading with me by using the Book Me button or going to the shop. So that's how tonight works and how follow-up works if you're interested. And for those of you that are here, push that header more as well. It's just my observation, but a true one. Push what header? What are you talking about? Are you using some sort of speak? I don't know. Thanks for the endorsement, though. Now that I'm asked, immediately I'm like, what are you talking about? I am a real psychic. Oh, well, thank you. Right? So for those of you that are here, if anyone's interested, I know that if Heather's still here, Heather, I know you shared probably once or twice. First, if you're still here and you're interested, then you can be first in line for one card, or if you'd like to take that into a couple cards and get a deeper reading, hey Tazzy, you can just drop $10 in the kitty and we can do a deeper one. Are you still here? Just to get that ball rolling. Oh, maybe I lost Heather. Oh, one is fine. Okay, what's your question, Heather? Welcome back, Kazi. That's true. You can be someone who reads cards and not be psychic or be intuitive. You can just have like rote memorization of cards. What do I need to work on spiritually? Wow. Do you have, Heathers, do you have your own spiritual business? I'm just curious on the business side. Just getting into this. Getting into tarot? Or into spirituality in general? Hey, Art of Grace. Hi. Your intuition. Welcome. I'll share a little bit more about what's going on here in just a minute. I'm just about to pull a card for Heather. Hi Amy, welcome to your first day on Periscope. Alright Heather, the card I've drawn for you and what you need to work on spiritually is the Ace of Swords. If you haven't seen this before, often the Ace of Swords can represent a lot of like new ideas, new decisions, new choices to make. It can be pretty harsh. Sometimes it can also feel very freeing to have the Ace of Swords come up for a lot of people. So what you're working on spiritually, or the next step that you may need to take as someone working on your spirituality, is actually to cut some of the fat. And that's so what's standing out to me in the card right now is very much the sword and not the clouds and the hey real Jake and not all the other stuff that's going on around this, not even the mountain. Hey Tinker, it's that sword, and it's the light side of the sword, which often to me when I see that is just about you, like seriously cut the fat. You are moving on and you're moving, it's like you're moving in the right direction. And you're moving quickly, or if you're not, you need to be moving quickly. My thumbs won't stop snapping with my finger. Sometimes my body does physical things. Has anybody seen me snap here before, ever? Really? And I need to point that out. So, see? Yeah, okay. So I need to, that's important. I need to share that with you. There is a driving, intense energy in the right direction. And I would continue to do what you're doing, but cut the fat. So you're doing a lot of extra things. I don't know what those are, but they're kind of like surrounding you. You need to let all of that go and focus. Right? It looks like we're tracking in the same place, and that makes sense. We're on the same page, right? Yes? Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Why was I snapping my fingers? I need to... Welcome. So for the, right? Yeah, she's like driving this spirituality. It's fascinating. For those of you that just joined, welcome. Hi, happy Friday. My name's Seth. I run comingouttarot.com. You can find out more about it by using the link down there. Hey! You can also find out more about me by going to the About page. And if you're interested, hey Anne, the readings that I'm doing tonight, all you gotta do is share this Periscope, and if you share the scope, then I'll pull one card for you for free. If you're interested in having a larger reading, or one that can take a little bit more time and in depth in your question, all you gotta do is drop $10 in the kitty down there with the PayPal link, and I will do pull a couple cards for you, and we'll do a more in-depth reading related to your question. Those usually run close to about just at or under 10-minute conversations. Yep, all I gotta do is click on those three little dots down there to share. And if you share, you get a bonus. Tinker will be nice to you for a day. 24 hours. No, maybe 8. 8 hours. For 8 hours, you get nice Tinker. I can't imagine seeing mean Tinker. Yep, we are BX. I know, right, Heathers? BX, I think I saw you share, right? There is, I know that Art shared before BX. Yeah, did you share BX? Here, Techie. Yeah, did you share the scope? If you share the scope, I'll pull one card for you for free. Or if you drop $10 in the kitty down there with the PayPal link, then you can get a reading that's longer. All you got to do is drop $10 in there. So free reading. Thank you. Free one card reading is all you got to do is share and let other people know. So Brad, I wanted to ask you, because you're always so generous in sharing. Are you interested in a card tonight? Stupid glitching Perry. Share. Maybe later. All right, thank you, Amy. All right, Art. Great, hang out, BX. You're off to Art. Art, I saw that you shared. You're interested in one card, right? All right, what's your question? And BX, start thinking about what kind of question you want to ask, or what your question will be, because you'll be next. Happy Friday! What's going on with your love life? That's a great question. Are you dating someone right now? Are you trying to find someone to date? Are you married? Are you not married? I'm pulling one card for you, so give me a little. You're seeking a relationship. All right, so because my forte is helping you get from point A to point B, and you're trying to seek a relationship, how about if we ask what your next step is in finding your next partner? All right, let's do that. Goo. I'd rather give you something you can do about it instead of hoping that somebody shows up at your door. Because where's the fun in that? Welcome back, Amy, on your first day of Periscope. Everybody say hi to Amy. There it is. This is going to be weird, Art, because I don't have 100% context on where this is going. No, don't be scared. The card I drew for you is the Six of Wands. Hey, Bernice. What's important to me actually in this is the leaves. Usually, the wands are super important to me, and they indicate that like energy's going the right way and things feel good. And hey, Tazzy, and you're kind of on the successful track. But the wands aren't important to me. It's the leaves, and there's 3 in particular that are kind of like lined up and in the background. And what it feels like to me, is that you've got these like 3 patterns. It's like 3 patterns that you keep falling into. It's like you've done it 3 times, and you get in this relationship and you do the same thing and it doesn't work out, and you've done this 3 times. You need to break that pattern now as you're searching for this next partner. So I would, if you don't know what I'm talking about already, this is something that you do. It's something that you hang on to and you keep doing, and it's causing challenges in your relationship. It lets them like just dry up and crumble away. These leaves look dead to me. They look like if I touch them, you know how if you grab a dead leaf in the fall and it just kind of falls apart? It's like that. That's what I feel like. If I touch them, they're just going to crumble. You need to take a moment and identify what that is, because you keep doing it. And that's the challenge in your romantic relationships with other people. Is that and it's about the passion of it. It's about the lust and the sex of it. It just dries up and goes away. But it's a choice that you're making. It's something that you're doing, and I don't think you're doing it consciously. So if this makes sense to you, then think about what that pattern is and how you can break that pattern, so that that whole sexual side of what's going on, it can come back and let your relationship grow in a way that it's meant to grow. Is this Art? Are you still there? Did I lose you? Great. Is that pattern making sense to you? Almost your turn, BX. Thanks for coming back. These leaves are so like... Great. Sit with it. Think about it. I mean, this is a takeaway. It's something you need to sit with, think about. Because it was something, I think the first time you did it, it was like... It was kind of a big deal and you were aware of it, and the leaves just keep getting smaller, so I think it's becoming this pattern that you're not really paying attention to, and you need to, hey Lauren, you need to spend some time with that. Ugh. Yeah, all of the fire, exactly, but it's this one it's related to the sex and the relationship, the passion, the lust of the relationship. All the fire in this card is like non-existent. It's not even in my vision, which is which when I see that, what I mean when I say the fire's not even there is that it's happened at least 3 times. 3 significant times there has been a choice for you where that whatever it is that the choices that you're making is causing that sexual nature of the relationship to just wither and die, and that's when the relationship ends, and then you move on, and then you do the same thing again, and it dies. So I'm not sure exactly what it is that you're doing. That would be a much larger reading, and if you're interested in one of those, then we can pull a couple cards, but it's $10 donation, or you can book some time with me. Great, Lauren, I'll add you to the list. Thank you. Thanks, Art. Awesome, great. As you sit with it and think about it, then drop me a line, let me know. Let me know what you discovered. I'd love to hear how this made sense for you in the future. Welcome everybody, thanks for being here. If you just joined, or if you joined, I've got a small list going. Lauren, right now you're 3rd in line of individuals who have asked for a 1-card free reading. If you're interested in a 1-card free reading, all you gotta do is share. And the people I have in line right now are BX, Amy, and I think it's Amy, because I have terrible handwriting. and Lauren. If I miss somebody sharing in between there, let me know. Great, Bernice. I'm assuming you shared, right? Oh, I see it. There it is. Thank you. You know what? You can't even call it. Wait, look at this. You think you got chicken scratch? Can you read that? Brad, are you left-handed? I'm curious. I think you are. One card free readings as long as you share, and you can read the last two. As long as I can read it, yeah. And if you're interested in a longer reading, all you got to do is use the PayPal link down there, drop $10 in the kitty, and I will move you up to the top of the line, and we'll pull a couple cards and spend roughly 10 minutes on your question. And if you're interested in a longer one, you can go to comingoutttarot.com by using the profile link down there, where you can find out more about me and go to the shop and find out how to get a reading. You can also find out about this passion series I'm working on, which I'm super excited about. It is something that I'm doing to help others find their passion. So I spent a lot of time on myself figuring out what the hell is my passion and how do I even know what that is? Is it tarot? Is it project management? Is it theater? What the hell is my passion? And then I found out really my passion is helping people solve that gray space in between A and B. The tools that I use are being a project manager, are being a tarot reader, is being a stage and production manager. Those are the tools I use. Hey, welcome back, Amy. To employ my passion, which is solving gray space, which is solving steps between A and B so that people are successful and reach that point of success and fulfillment in whatever it is that they like to do. So I discovered my passion and I figured that out, and I wanted to share with you how to get there. So I made this checklist and this workbook that helps you work through the checklist. All you got to do is sign up for my newsletter, and you'll get a link in there that'll show you how to, that'll tell you how to figure out what your passion is. And so you get to work through that workbook. And then if you want to take it further, or if you feel like you're not getting as far as you want, then all you got to do is, hey Anna, talk to me more about a tarot reading for how you can find your passion. I'm also thinking about creating like this Facebook group where people who are working to try and find their passion can work together and have some exclusive access to me and some of the other steps that I took in order to find my passion. So I'm thinking about that. And if you're interested, then let me know. Drop me a line either on Twitter or whatever social media channel you're on. Let me know, especially if it's Facebook, because that's where I would do it. And let me know. Actually, I haven't started the group yet. It's something I'm thinking about. So I'm fascinated to know you're interested in having people be interested in finding their passion. Group. I'm just going to make a note that Tinker and Bernice are interested. Because what I might do is like share here and awesome, thanks. About what it's going to be and where it's going to be, and I'm starting to build it now, and what the cool insights would be there, like you couldn't get anywhere else, and having access to me talking through what your passion might be and where it's going, and some of the things that I've learned along the way that I'm really excited about. So I'm good. I'm glad to hear that a couple of you are interested in that. That sounds like a benefit. So BX. I can't see you guys. You can see me. Hey Nams! BX, are you still here? If you guys haven't followed Tinker or Nims just joined, or Brad, you should go follow them. Hence the fence. That's it. You're on the fence. What are you on the fence about? Good, how are you? Happy Friday. Happy full moon. Hey MP, Prez. Your wife wants another child. Hi. You feel like you're too old But she really wants it, and I want her to be happy. Okay? She thinks that you still want the child, but you don't. All right? Thanks, Nins. Should I confront her and tell her? Okay, so since hey York, hey Tiff. So what I like to do, BX, that's a pretty intense question, especially for one card. So here's what I'd like to do. How about if I pull a card? I'll give you a couple different options. I can pull a card to say this is the action you should take during your communication with her or during the conversation with her. Or I could pull a card to say this is based on what we know right now and where you are right now. This is the likely outcome if you did have a conversation with her and you did tell her that you that you were not ready for a child right now, or that you didn't want a child. Does one of those sound like something that could be helpful for you? Great, which one? Okay, that's all right. This is one way to inform your decision. Perfect. That's exactly what you should be doing. I love it. Seeking some insight. So, which one of those is best for you, do you think? The way to approach the question, or what the likely outcome might be? Thanks, Heathers. What the outcome is. Okay, great. So we'll pull a card to see, based on you having a conversation, telling her that you're not interested in having a child today, what the likely outcome is. Oh yeah, totally apple juice. I always sip my apple juice. All right, BX. You're still here, right? Just want to make sure, because this, you got it. Okay, great. Card I drew for you on the likely outcome of telling your wife that you're not interested in having another child at this time, hi Riley, is the Hanged Man. When I see this based on your question, a couple things come to mind. One, having this conversation is not, I guess I should say this differently. The way you're going to have this conversation is not unusual. not the topic. The way you're going to have the conversation is not unusual. The response to your conversation, the outcome of your conversation is also not going to feel unusual. It's going to be one of acceptance. It's going to be one that leads you down a path of introspection. It's going to be one that leads you down a conversation of like a memory lane type of thing. And in fact, memory is going to be extremely important in this conversation. So should you say to her, I don't want to have a child, it's going to dredge up a lot of memory. It's going to dredge up a lot of feeling and emotion. It is going to be actually extremely emotional. And it's not just going to be hurt. So I don't disagree with you that there will be some pain there, but there's a lot of emotions around this. There's a lot of missed joy, a lot of missed care. There is a lot of feeling of missed opportunity. It is an extremely multifaceted emotional experience to hear that your partner doesn't want to have another child. There are going to be things that both of you haven't thought about yet. They're going to come out as a result of this conversation. I don't think that, hey Phoebe, I don't think that this is unusual for the two of you to have an experience like this when you talk about extremely important conversations. The best thing about these is that you're able to have a thoughtful and structured conversation that is, I think, eye-opening for the two of you. It is not only truly important, but I think it is leading to the two of you, your souls connecting in a way that you may not have in a long time. You're bad communicators. It's an important conversation. I don't think you're bad communicators. I don't think you communicate often enough. I think when you communicate about something important, I think that you find acceptance in an answer together. That's different than being a bad communicator. Okay, good. You're welcome. I think you'll find the two of you, just the way that the two of you connect will be, it's like the underpin, it's the underlying, it's like the board that makes the bed stay on the frame. You know, there is structure there is power in how the two of you have originally connected. That will always be there. You may find that you, I don't know why this is important, you may find that you want to write, or there's writing involved somehow. You or she somehow may want to journal or write, or journaling feels like it doesn't feel like the right word, but something about writing is probably going to be important during this discussion or the outlet of it. It's the hidden part. It's something that one or both of you do, one of you guys do. It's that will need to happen. Great, thanks BX. I hope that's helpful in you making your decision. I hope that your conversation goes well. I don't envy it, so best of luck. All right, sorry, that got a little focused on that one. That one took a little longer than I thought it would take. Hey Yari, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. If you need to take, if you need a larger reading or to have some more insight on that question, you're welcome to find out more by going to comingoutarot.com. That was an important one. Welcome. Hi, everybody. I lost focus on the room for a second. I was focused on that question for BX. Hi, Crystal. Crystal. Happy Friday night, everybody. If you're just joining, if you're interested in having a one-card free reading, all you got to do is share. Just I just need to see you share, and I'll put your name on the list. If you're interested in having a larger reading, then you can drop $10 in the kitty down there, and I'll do a larger reading, roughly about 10 minutes for you based on your question. And if you're interested in having a much longer reading, you can find out more about me by going out to comingoutttarot.com. And if you're just interested in finding out more about how to find your passion, then watch this on the replay or go to comingoutttarot.com, sign up for my newsletter, and you can get a free free workbook on how to find your passion and find out more about me. How can you feel energy without someone being in front of you? I think that's really easy, actually. For me, it comes across in, by the way, Amy, if you're still here, you're up next. Start thinking about your question if you don't have it already. It comes across in words, it comes across in spelling, it comes across in how fast the words come. So, yeah, it is like how you take a text message. And I interact with the conversation, and you start to get a sense. So that energy shares through the conversation for me. Yep. Great. Amy, are you still there? Oh, God, I hope it was Amy. The scribble looks like Amy. There she is. Is meditation the next step I take for inner peace? Whew. That's a hell of a question on a Friday night, Amy. So Amy, is meditation the next step you need to take for inner peace? Hell of a question. It's also basically a yes or no. And I'd like to get you in a more active space. How about like the last question, we look at what's the outcome if you do use meditation as your next step to inner peace? All right, great. "25-year bestie," that's insane and kind of amazing. All right, Amy. Besides this being a big old resounding yes, let me explain. This is the outcome of meditation being your next step. My throat keeps drying out. To inner peace. It's the 10 of Cups. So, major confirmation on my end. If you're familiar with the 10 of Cups at all, then it should be telling for you. What is especially important to me about this card, because I'm going to take it further than the resounding yes, is the outcome is that you are acutely aware that inner peace is something you're constantly striving for. Meditation allows you to compartmentalize whatever it is that you're not clear on at the time that you're searching for whatever inner peace means in the moment or in the phase of your life that you're in. You're able to compartmentalize that, study it, work on it, focus on it, let your emotions kind of wash over it, and let it become a part of you that you don't always know and you may not always know what inner peace is, but you're able to kind of tighten that and pull it together and study it. So not everybody is able to do it and acute keeps coming into my vocabulary. Not everybody is able to do that as acutely as you are. You can like tie that down into this little thing and focus on it, and let everything else be. I don't know why these two animals are important, but they are. You can tell me if they're important to you, butterflies and wolves. Hey, Frit. Did either of those make butterflies? There's, I don't know if you can see this here, but right here, here's the bottom wing, here's another wing, here's like a top wing, and the butterfly is like moving this way in the card. It's moving to the left to me. When that happens, there's something going on in the past, and I don't know what butterflies mean to you, but that may be something you need to meditate on, is butterflies in the past. Butterflies often mean something about the soul to me, and how the soul has changed or metamorphosized, and the past is important. The wolf that showed up in here is upside down and doesn't look alive. I don't know why that is, but there is a dead wolf near the butterfly. Welcome back, Amy, on your first day on Periscope for the fourth time. Hi, Amy. Does the wolf mean anything to you? A dead wolf? Do you know? Is there someone that has moved on or passed in your life that you would associate with a wolf? Y'all, one card. One card. Did I lose Amy? She's gonna have to come back and watch. So Amy, I hope the wolf thing, there's something going on with someone who you know is dead that is represented by a wolf. I don't know why they're here or what's going on, but okay, it's he's like right underneath the butterfly, and why he's underneath the butterfly, I don't know, but he's why the butterfly keeps moving. It just kind of like keeps moving to this is my left, which is the left of the card, which is the past. And he's laying there, but the butterfly is moving because of him, and I don't know why this guy is important. So, Amy, I hope that's helpful for you. If you need to, I don't know if I can go any further with the dead wolf thing. If this is a mediumship moment, and sometimes there are, that won't come back. So that's what that is right now. All right. Thank you for asking your question. I hope that was helpful. And Heather, thanks for passing on to her.